You are my most prized possession. You bring me luck. I hope nothing bad happens to you while I'm gone. Mwahaha. I was so good at tilling his land. This is what he gets for firing me.
Oh my, Raw! He's stealing my cat! Jackson, no tap! Ah! Ah! You think you can come here and just steal my cats? They bring me luck. You don't stand a chance.
You're gonna need more cats.
No! Gentlemen, that brother gone. There's nothing more I can do. Mark the time, 1558, 23rd day of Choyak, 2023 BC. May Ra bless his soul. Fire up the embalmer! Hi, you must be Nefer Avery. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm here to learn the mummification process.
Well, you came on quite a day. You see, a month ago, we had a noble by the name of Tootin Greer. He was brutally murdered by a common thief. He's been dead for about a month now. As you can see, he's decomposed quite a bit. And if you'd like, I can show you how to mummify him. It's a pretty cool process. The first thing we have to do really is put him into the proper position to be mummified here. Just kind of like that. Ideally, we'd have a longer tub, but that's all right for the purpose. The first step in the mummification process is ritual washing and purifying of the body. So take this, soak it with water, and then use it to wash Tootin Greer's entire body. So the next step in the mummification process is to remove the brain. Now since it's your first day on the job, I'm going to do the surgical parts, but basically what you do here is you take a hook, you put it up the nose, and then you bang it so that it cracks the cranium at the back of the nose. Alright, so now what this will do is the cranium's been broken, so we tilt the head up, and over the period of about an hour, the brain's going to drain out of the tub. So we'll come back in about an hour when there is a full brain at the bottom of this tub and continue the process. Alright, so it's been about an hour. We collected the brain here. That's a lot, so we'll put it aside for later. But what we have to do now is make an incision into which we can reach to take out the organs. So let's just roll Tootin Greer over. And make a nice The first thing that we have to remove are the lungs. They go in the baboon-headed jar, protected by the god Happy. Go! The next thing that we have to remove is the stomach. That goes in the jackal-headed jar, protected by Duamutef. And the last thing we have to remove are the intestines. They go into the falcon-headed jar, protected by the god Kebesinuef.
What are the canopic jars for?
Obviously, the canopic jars are meant to protect the viscera of their owner in the afterlife. See, each of these gods is tasked to look after a different part of the person's body as their spirit goes on to the other world. The corpse is still a little bit moist, and if we leave it that way, it runs the risk of decomposing in a very unfortunate manner. So what we have to do is take the salt here and pour it on them, and then we just soak them in salt for about 40 days. So you can go ahead and do that right now. Let me just shift them back to the natural position. Yeah. All right. Get the face a little. There we go. That's pretty good.
So it's been 40 days. What do we do to continue the mummification process?
Well, the next thing we have to do is stuff the body. Now, had Tuatengrir been a wealthier man, he might get cotton stuffed in there, but since he wasn't, we're going to use some nice papyrus. Let's unfold the arms briefly. And we just put the paper, stuff the paper in there. Let's put a few down there. And it's very important also to put one or two.
I love ancient Egypt.
Nefer Avery, the most important part of the mummification process, besides the wrapping, would have to be the washing with aromatic resins. You see, what this does is it stops the decomposing body from having a bad scent and actually gives the spirit a good smell as it goes to the afterlife.
Oh my god!
Huh? Oh, that's normal, don't worry about it. Now this is my personal favorite part of the mummification process. Now Avery, this is a very delicate and expensive jar, so I entrust this to you. You're gonna have to pour the milk on him.
Don't worry. This isn't my first bathtub full of milk.
A little bit more on the face, please. More! A little bit more on the face. A little bit more on the face. That's good. Alright, so we come to the most important step of the mummification process. We're actually going to wrap him up in these garments.
So what do I do with this garbage?
Garbage? Those are some of Tuatengrir's most prized possessions. By wrapping them up in the garments as we mummify him, will allow him to take his most prized possessions with him to the afterlife. All right, now Avery, slide that red amulet in there.
So are we done?
Almost. But while we've wrapped him up, it's actually important that we open up the mouth so that the soul can exit the body and make it to the afterlife. Would you care to do that?
Sure.
Just tear the garment right where his mouth is. There we go. So actually, there's one more thing we have to do. You see, Tooten Greer here wants to be remembered for generations to come, centuries actually. So what we want to do here is put a death mask of clay over his face to make an imprint, so that future generations will know what he looked like. Leaving this to dry here for a while, we'll cement an imprint of his face into the clay.
What's next for Tooten Greer?
Well, that's kind of hard to say actually. As for his body, the mummy's going to be put into a coffin, and the coffin will be filled with some of Tooten Greer's most prized possessions. Due to his status as a noble in life, that coffin's then going to be placed into a more ornate sarcophagus. But as for his spirit, that's hard to tell. As a priest, I believe that Tooten Greer's spirit will go to the afterlife, and hopefully his memory will be remembered for centuries to come.
Oh, everything hurts. What happened? Where am I?
Welcome.
What? Who are you?
I am Anubis.
Anubis? Am I?
This is the afterlife.
Oh my god.
Hi. I have a sword. Oh shit.
We need a doctor.
This isn't a funny scene. Avery Amanda's died.
You're not helping.
Sam Farley has died.
No.
Greer has died. He's decomposed into Sam. Get into character.
I need somebody to
This
yell
is your.
at me.
Look at it. Look at it. Listen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Say 2 or 1 or roll.
You gotta be like iCarly. You gotta be like, and 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
No, we didn't say
You don't
one.
say 1.
Okay, we're rolling.
Never seen iCarly? Okay.
Massage that shit on.
What audio do you have for this part, Zach?
Music. Romantic music.
No.
Romantic.
Careless whisper.
Oh yeah, Careless Whisper.
You should do that Marvin Gaye song.
My eyes.
I need my phone. We need to take a wide lens photo of this.
Oh my god, everybody gather in, everybody get in.